What is going on, guys? Peridot here, coming back at you with a new eBay/Mercari finds video. Now in this episode, we'll be doing another 5 unboxings. 5 really good deals through Mercari. Nothing through eBay, unfortunately. I haven't really been using that as much since I've been finding a lot of really good deals through Mercari. But yeah, definitely it's going to be a great video for you guys. I have a couple of finds. One find in particular is definitely by far my best Mercari find yet. So without further ado, let's just jump into it with the first unboxing. Alright, so you guys saw that there were 4 NES games in really cool, like, rental cases. That was a really nice addition to it. I paid 25 bucks for all 4 of these, roughly $6 a game, which is really good for some games, or really good for, I guess, 2 of the games, and pretty good for the other 2. All around, I'd say that I'd value this lot at anywhere between, like, 40 and 50 bucks. So it's definitely a really good deal. Not super fantastic like yard sale prices, like $1 a piece, but still, none of these games I had in my collection, so I'm excited to show you guys those. The first one we have in this rental case is Ikari Warriors. Let's get that out here real quick. In really good shape. It's like a $7 or $8 cart, so nice to add that to the collection. Alright, up next we have Spy vs. Spy. Again, another game I didn't have in the collection. Not really worth more than $6 or $7, but still pretty nice to own, especially in such minty shape. And then definitely the 2 best games of the bunch. Definitely the reason why I picked these up. Both were games I did not already own. We have the original Ghosts and Goblins. Again, a cart in really nice shape. This game goes anywhere between 10 to 15 bucks, loose cart. So really, really happy about that. This is a game I've been wanting for a while, since I love, what was it, Ghouls and Ghosts on the Sega Genesis. That's a really fun game, so happy to play the original. And then definitely the best game of the lot, we've got Mario Bros., the original arcade classic series. This is like a $20 game, and once again, it is in really nice shape, very clean cart right here. So really, really happy to own this, add this to the collection. They all work perfectly, and yeah, definitely a really good bundle for 25 bucks. They all work. They're all in really good shape, so definitely nice to add NES games to the collection that I didn't already own that weren't sports games. I've been telling myself, you know, if I find an NES game that isn't a sports game for less than $5 or $6 bucks, I'd say pick it up, because those are becoming harder and harder to find as time goes on. So definitely really happy with that pickup right there. Now let's move on to the next bundle. Alright, so this is definitely one of my better Mercari finds. I paid 36 bucks, and I didn't know if you could see that or not in there, but there was a bunch of PlayStation 2 games. 36 bucks, and there was 12 of them, $3 a piece. Really good price for some, decent for others. Definitely, you know, worth, you know, paying $3 a piece for the whole bundle. Some of them are doubles that aren't really worth more than $3 a piece. So I don't know what I'm gonna do with those. Probably just like trade them into a game store or something like that. But anyways, let's just move on with it. First up, we have Pirates of the Caribbean. That is complete. All the discs were in really good shape, except for this one, oddly enough. This was not in very good shape. You can see the sticker on there, but I don't really mind since this isn't really worth much. Then up next, we have Red Faction 2. Complete. Then we got Final Fantasy 12. Complete. Final Fantasy X2. This one was not complete. Naruto, or Naruto, I don't care, Uzumaki Chronicles. I'm not a huge fan of this series. I don't really watch that much anime. Then we got, or I guess I should say I don't really watch that much of this anime. Naruto Uzumaki Chronicles 2. That one is also complete. Already own this one, Kingdom Hearts 2. But this is a nice recouper or a bundler for sure. This game definitely goes well for a bundle package. Then up next we have Destroy All Humans 2. Unfortunately not complete. This was one of the better games. Dragon Ball Z Sagas. That one is complete and in pretty good shape. Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi. This is like a $10, $15 game right here, so nice for $3. That one was complete. We Love Katamari. Definitely excited to add this one in the collection. I've never played any of the Katamari games, and I've always wanted to, so really happy to add this to the collection. It's like a $10, $15 game, and it is complete. And then finally, definitely the best game, Obscure the Aftermath. Unfortunately, this is not the first one, which is definitely the one worth more, but this is still like a $15, $20 game, so it is complete in box and in pretty decent shape. The manual's actually not that thick, so I thought it wasn't complete at first, but it's just got a really small manual. And then the disc itself is in pretty good shape. There's a few scratches, but other than that, it's in pretty good shape. But that is it for that bundle. Definitely a really good price. More so for some games than others, like obviously Pirates of the Caribbean and the Final Fantasies aren't worth much more than $3 a piece, but for, you know, some other games, it was a pretty good price. Alright, now let's move on to the next package. Alright, so I'll be honest with you guys, I kind of regret this package. It's 8 PlayStation 2 games for $30, and 7 of the games are pretty much worthless to me. They're definitely not worth, like, more than the $4, like, roughly, like, less than $4 a piece. So I was, you know, a bit hesitant to buy this at first, but then, you know, I saw the one game that was actually worth it for the whole lot, so I figured, you know, I don't know what I'm going to do with the rest of these games, but, whatever. Let's just move on with it. First up, we have Test Drive, complete. They're all complete. I'm not really going to show them off. SOCOM Combined Assault, Ford Mustang, Cabela's Outdoor Adventures, ATV Off-Road Fury 2, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, Reign of Fire, and then the only reason why I bought this lot, guys, this is like a $20 game that I've been on the lookout for, and I figured, you know, if I could at least make like $20, $25, you know, that's like $3 a game for this lot. I could pick this game up for like $5, $10. So I figured, you know, it might as well be worth it. But anyways, the game is Resident Evil File Outbreak 2, or Outbreak File 2. This is like a $20 game, like I said, and it is complete and in pretty good shape. Open it up, and the disc is a little scratched, but is definitely playable. This is a game I've been on the hunt for a while now. I got the first one at Goodwill a couple months back, but this one is definitely the harder to find one, and, you know, I basically figured I just paid like $5 to $10. I don't know if I'll be able to get $20 out of these games, because like I said, they're pretty much worthless. Like, they do sell, like, Price Charting has them like at roughly like $4 to $8 a piece. Like, I think Grand Theft Auto is like $8, while the others are like $3 or $4 a piece. So maybe I'll be able to make some of my money back. But hopefully, you know, this was a decent deal considering that this game was a part of it. But yeah, that is it for that bundle. Let's move on to the next find. Alright, moving on to definitely the best Mercari find I've had so far. You guys saw that it was a plastic baggie full of PlayStation 1 games. Now, unfortunately, none of them were complete in their original case. They were all disc only. However, there were a few with their manuals, which I thought was really cool. And I only paid $20 shipped for 10 PlayStation 1 games, which is just a fantastic deal considering some of the games in here. So let's just go ahead and start. First off with something. I thought that there was going to be 11 PlayStation 1 games total because that was what was advertised. And I saw in the picture this Finding Nemo PC game. And I thought, oh, there's probably just a PlayStation 1 game in here. But nope, it's just the Finding Nemo game. So, there ended up only being 10 PlayStation 1 games. This is probably going straight in the trash, to be honest. So, not really worth anything. So, yeah, that was a bit weird that she thought that was a PlayStation game. And then also something that was included, which is a little bit of a disappointment, was this Parappa the Rappa manual. However, it was just the front and back pages. There was no pages inside. And she couldn't find the game anywhere. I asked, because this was actually unexpected. When I got everything, I asked, hey, do you have the game? And she said, no, sorry, I don't know where it went. Which is a bit unfortunate, but honestly, I could care less. I'll find this game eventually. I don't know what to do with this manual thing, though. I'll probably just keep it around. But, alright, moving on to the actual games. First off, I'm going to start with the games with their manuals, because those are the ones that really aren't as good as the ones that didn't come with their manuals. First up, we have Soul Blade. And all of these games are actually in really nice shape. I don't know if you can tell. This one's a little scratched, but they do all work, and most of them are in really good shape. Then up next we have Plucky's Big Adventure. That one was also in kind of rough shape. And then up next we have Hello Kitty's Cube Frenzy. Definitely not the winner of the bunch. Got Pipe Dreams 3D. A Bug's Life. And then definitely the best game of the bunch, or the ones with the manuals, I mean, Unjammer Lammy. So, nice games with their manuals right there, but definitely the better ones are the ones without their manuals. Got some really, really good ones right here. First up, we have Dead or Alive. Up next is Bust-A-Move 2 Arcade Edition. And then definitely the three best ones of the bunch. First up, we've got Wild Arms. Really, really excited to give this a playthrough. Again, sucks that the case doesn't come with it, but the disc is in decent shape, so I don't really mind that it didn't come with the case, because I've just been wanting to play this game for a while now, so happy about that. And then up next we have Tsui Conan. Another really good RPG that I'm excited to give a playthrough. This is like a $20 loose disc, so that's a really nice find right there. Go along with that. And then definitely the best game of the bunch, we've got Bust-A-Groove. This is like a $35, $40 game, just loose disc. So that is a really, really nice pickup for, I guess, like $2. So really, really happy about that. This is definitely, in terms of like quality, definitely my best Mercari find, and I only paid $2 a game, which is just insane. Shipped too. When I saw the listing, I purchased it right away, and I expected there to be like shipping, but it was just $20, which is really, really nice. I actually don't know if I'm just gonna sell all these loose discs and then buy the games that I want complete in box. Because I don't really like keeping loose discs around, especially since I don't have a lot of cases. I need to go online and buy some cases, but honestly, I'll probably just keep them around until I actually find the games like out in the wild with their cases. But that is it for that find. Let's move on to the next one. Alright, so I didn't know if you guys could see or not, but there were PlayStation 1 games in that box. And unfortunately, this was definitely a huge disappointment of a bundle. I saw 9 PlayStation 1 games listed for $40. It'd been up for a couple of hours, so I offered them $30, they countered at $35, and I took it. It's a pretty decent deal, considering all the games were involved, but unfortunately, some of them were in really, really rough shape. So let's just go ahead and move on to the games. First up, we have NBA Live 97, nothing special, just toss that. An interactive CD soundtrack, or sampler track. I don't really know what this is. It came in a Kart World Series case, so yeah, not really interested in that. And now we're moving on to some actual games. We got Test Drive Off-Road. Now, you open this up, and the disc is in just really, really rough shape. Unfortunately, a lot of these are in really rough shape as well. They do all work, but the condition is just really gross. Up next, we have Ridge Racer Revolution, which is like a $10 game, so that's nice. Again, disc is in really, really rough shape. Alright, up next we got Gran Turismo. This one was complete and just the disc and then the manual. Then we have the only one that's in really good condition, Qbert, which is, you know, nice to have in nice condition. You open it up and the disc is actually in mint shape, so that's nice. But then, definitely the two best games were the two biggest disappointments. Unfortunately, they just were in really, really rough shape condition-wise. First up, we have Twisted Metal 2. You just open it up, and the manual itself is in really, really rough shape. You can see the fading is just really, really shit on the manual. It's just in really, really bad condition. And then, once I get this back in here, it doesn't matter, the disc itself is just atrocious. It's just really, really rough shape, so that does suck, but it does work, and it is complete. It's like a $15 game, so I guess I really shouldn't be complaining all that much, but this is definitely the biggest disappointment, and I was really upset with this. This is by far the best game in the bunch. It's like a $25, $30 game complete in box, and I was really, really excited to add it to the collection. Final Doom, now, is it, like, it looks complete, right? It's got the front case, it's got the jewel case, like the back, and then it's got the game inside. However, as you can see, the manual is not the manual, it's just the front page. So that was a really big disappointment. I messaged the seller, I was like, hey, you nowhere in the description said that it was just the front page. What's up with that? And they said they were sorry and that they were selling for a friend and they didn't really check everything. Which, I mean, I believe, but you gotta check everything before you sell it. I understand if you don't have the system to test out the games, but at least check to see if everything is, that's there is, you know, in good shape or is not missing the entire page, entire manual. So that is a huge disappointment. And then the game itself is also just, it's not in as bad a condition as Twisted Metal 2, but it's still really, really rough. So that is a huge disappointment. I was really, really upset with that. But, I mean, you know, the game is still there, and I guess you could say it's complete. Some people really don't mind or care. I guess I don't really care that much, but still, you know, it'd be nice to have the full manual with it. But that was it for that lot. As you can see, most of the games weren't eye-openers or garbage. I really only bought it for the last 2 or 3. But it just sucks that Final Doom didn't have the manual. So definitely not one of the better finds, but it was still a pretty decent one. So yeah, let's just move on to the next one.